subclause
So
1.
I'm into fashion design.
A.
And then
And I quote,
with me,
a member of the board who has an interest in a matter for
that
consideration
gets in my way, and I can't
A.
even handle
shall
it.
disclose in writing the nature of that interest, and the disclosure shall form part of the record of the consideration of that matter. Of the matter. Chairman, there is a view that the moment a member of the board writes and openly declares that he has an interest, that is rather a conduit for his interest to be protected. I don't know if you are getting me. I can't hear you well.
Honourable Member, what point really are you raising?
Well, Speaker, respectfully, I was just trying to find out if we can have a better way of members of the board declaring their interest in the event of possible conflict of interest. Rather than writing and making members of the board aware. Can I please? I'm only seeking education.
So, by what means do you want the member to disclose his interest?
Yes, so, Speaker, we are using this process to also learn. And since I have seniors, that's why I'm floating the idea.
Yes, but do you have a suggestion how a member could disclose his interest?
Well, sometimes you just recuse yourself so that I am a member of the board and then we are supposed to consider.
So, if you are a member of the board,
yes,
and the board is deliberating on an issue, before they realize you are no longer in the boardroom, so you want the board to assume that because you have interest in the matter, that is why you left the boardroom.
Okay, so Speaker, respectfully, that is also not the way I am contemplating. There should be a better way of the board report to, I think, the minister and then some other forces. So you report your absence from the board in such a manner that wouldn't even let members know that you have an interest. That's what I was trying to bring to the fore. Because, look, Speaker, indulge me a bit. I'm a member of the board, and then my colleague is also a member, and then my daughter is supposed to come for interview for scholarship. Then I say, oh, I am recusing myself because my daughter is coming for interview. I think that it is a way of rather telling members that consider my daughter.
Well, there are others who have been members of the board, so they can share their experience as to how this thing is done at the board level. Yes, Honorable Shaibu.
Mr. Speaker, my colleagues' apprehension should be allayed. So rather when you don't disclose it, then a decision is taken. And then the contemplation is that, after all, he even hid and told some people about this. That is why he says that disclosure should even be in writing. Once you write it and say that, yes, I've got my daughter who has applied to be considered for scholarship. Because of that, I will not sit in the meeting. So you've written to them. Remember, they are professionals. They are looking at credentials, they are looking at accessibility, they are looking at location of the candidate, they are looking at many other factors. So if my daughter qualifies under all those conditions, it is a clear testimony to say that, yes, I have a written report that says that I want to do a disclosure. And because of that, I don't want to sit in. And Mr. Speaker, it's been a very standard sort of. We have debated it many times, and I agree that this is how it should be couched.
Speaker, I'm guided. Thank you so much.
As many as are in favor of clause 9 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 9 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 10.
Establishment of committees.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no proposed amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. As many as are in favor of clause 10 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 10 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Allowance. Clause 11.
Allowances.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Any proposed amendment? Honourable members, in the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 11 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. Clause 11 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 12.
Policy directives.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? As many as are in favor of clause 12 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 12 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 13.
Appointment of Director General.
Yes, Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
However, for the consideration of the House, honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 13 starting part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 13 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 14.
Functions of the Director General.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, it is for your consideration. Any proposed amendment? Honourable members, in the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 14 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 14 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 15.
Appointment of Deputy Director General.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 15 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 15 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 16.
Functions of the Deputy Director General.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 16 standing part of the bill say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 16 is accordingly ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 17.
Secretary to the Board.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is one advertised amendment. Sub-clause 1, delete and insert as follows. The Director General shall designate the staff of the authority as Secretary to the Board. I so move.
Honourable members, it is for the consideration of the Board. Yes, Honourable Emmanuel Kwesi Bejra.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was just wondering, any staff, including a driver who is also a staff, can be designated as Secretary to the Board. I think we should qualify that staff. Because if we say a staff, the Director General should designate anybody. It could be a driver, a messenger who's a staff of the board or of the institution. So let's qualify it so that we can have proper designation for the Secretary. Thank you, Mrs.
Honourable members, I have looked at this particular clause. If the proposed amendment is to stay, you need to tax the Director General with the responsibility of being the Secretary to the Board. Then you can ask him to delegate. However, if he's just going to straightforward designate a staff, what should be the qualification of the staff that he will be designating? Yes, Honorable Shabu.
Speaker, in recent legislations, we haven't been too straightforward. There are some legislations that we have created it as a separate, and I think that Senator Bazire's concern looks a bit legitimate. I think we should be specific and then perhaps even indicate what the qualification or criteria should be going forward. And if we will use this one to look at it, that is fine.
Yeah, there are three main ways of doing this. One, you are creating a secretariat completely to perform this particular function. Then two, you are asking the Director General to be the secretary and giving an opportunity to the Director General to delegate. And even where that function is delegated, he is not taken off from any obligations. And then the next way of doing it is to designate a staff. Probably if they have a legal department, then they say the head of legal should be designated to perform this function. Yes?
Mr. Speaker, there is no policy objection. We can provide that there shall be a secretary to the board who shall also be a legal counsel to the board. So if you can direct draft people, there's no objection. We can create it. Let's create that there is a secretary to the board who shall be a person with 10 years experience in law, and then you draft the draft people to put it, because this is the first time we are having this authority, so it's good to strengthen the institution. So I think that we should create it, that there shall be a secretary to the board. There shall be a secretary to the board who should be somebody with at least 10 years standing in the law. Thank you.
Very well. Honourable members, our advice that we defer clause 17 and ask the drafters to give us a proper rendition for the consideration of the House. So accordingly, clause 17 is also deferred. Clause 18.
Appointment of other staff.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Any proposed amendment? Honourable members, in the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 18 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 18 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 19.
Internal Audit Unit.
Chairman of the committee.
Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Yes, Honourable Emmanuel Kwesi Bejra.
Mr. Speaker, yes, indeed, there's no amendment, but I thought that we'll have an audit committee under the session clause 19. Unfortunately, we don't have any audit committee. Now, yes, we've already looked at the committees where we have finance committee with that audit committee. I believe that every board, the recent boards have audit committees that looks at the internal audits of the various institutions. I don't know where we can make provision for that internal audit committee within this authority. Thank you.
Honourable member, have you looked at clause 19, 4 and 5?
Mr. Speaker, yes, you submit it to the board. Is the internal audit that
Look at
that
4
was,
first.
I was talking
subject to
about
subsection 3 and 4 of section 16 of the Internal Audit Agency Act, at intervals of 3 months, prepare and submit to the board a report. Make recommendation in each report with respect to
Indeed, this report, Mr. Speaker, will be submitted to the board. But if the board has subcommittee, just as we have the finance committee under clause 10, that committee will look at the internal auditor's report and then submit same to the board. But this one, the internal auditors, will submit it directly to the board. And the board will refer it to who?
So you want clause 10 to be amended to establish
audit committee. In fact,
the board audit.
I was going through to see whether we have audit committee.
We do not.
We do not have, yes.
Yes.
And this is an authority that will be dealing with funds.
Yes.
Just as we have with GetFund. And GetFund has internal auditors, audit committee as a subcommittee under the board. So I'm just making reference to that in that sense.
Yes, honorable member.
Mr. Speaker, under 23, clause 23, 2, it reads the board shall, at the end of each financial year, submit the accounts of the authority to the Auditor General for audit. I don't know whether that should be different from what Honorable is proposing.
No, what he is proposing is that there should be a board subcommittee. Yes. Yes, so that is what is baffling me. That if they have internal audit unit, why would they again have a board subcommittee on internal audit? Honorable Shabu.
Mr. Speaker, I was just thinking that to take Sinabezura's suggestion on board, we could go back to 10, where the establishment of committees, and where we're specific about ABC, assessment committee, monitoring, evaluation, finance, we may add audit committee. And
what will happen is that
under 10.4,
we should do that properly within the rules and take it out within a second consideration.
Very well. Very well.
So this really is not a matter that should feature in clause 19, but rather in clause 10. Then I'll put a question on clause 19. As many as are in favor of clause 19 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 19 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 20.
Funds of the authority.
Yes, Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, we have 2 proposed amendments. Clause 20, amendment proposed. Paragraph B, delete and insert up to 2% of the total oil revenue. I so move.
Honourable members, it is for the consideration of the House. The question is, as many as are in favor of the proposal. Yes?
Mr. Speaker, I think it should be up to. Because if you look at what has been advertised as the amendment, is up. Up. But the rendition should be up to 2%. That is 20B. And so I wish to propose that we add 2.
Honourable members, in view of the fact that 20 is the beginning of the financial provisions, do we end at clause 19? Or we should finish up to clause 24? Clause 24.
Very well. Honorable members, the amendment proposes to clause 2. Before 2, insert up to. Honorable members, do we leave this to the drafters? No, that's clause 20. We are now on clause 20. There's a proposed amendment to clause 20B. Instead of 2% of a total oil revenue,
The rendition will now be up to 2%. So, honourable members, we normally say not more than 2%, not up to 2%.
But Mr. Mr. Speaker, I did not see that one at cabinet. Mr. Speaker, I don't remember the last time we allocated oil revenue to anything in this house without the finance minister expressly saying so. It would have been a good idea, but even to saving 0.1%, I don't know how the oil revenue is. So can we just step this particular amendment down for now?
Very well.
Because, Mr. Speaker, I am aware I never miss any cabinet meeting, and I didn't see this one.
This particular bill is a government bill.
Yes, I agree, and I know the importance of this, but...
Very well. The proposal is to defer clause 2.
That is my view, so that we confer with the minister. Yeah.
Clause 20. We defer clause 20. Honourable members, clause 20 accordingly deferred. Clause 21.
Bank accounts of the authority.
Yes, Honourable Shaibu.
Mr. Speaker, 20. Ordinarily, if you look at 20C,
clause 20 has been deferred. So are you making proposal to a defer clause?
Oh, just to add to that deferral.
No, the clause has been deferred. The entire clause 20 has been deferred. Clause 21.
Expenses of the authority.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, the question is, as many as are in favor of clause 21 standing part of the bill, say aye. Those against say no. Clause 21 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 22.
Expenses of the authority.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Any proposed amendment? As many as are in favor of clause 22 standing part of the bill, say aye. As many as are, yes? Yes, Minister for Education.
Mr. Speaker, as I indicated earlier, the Office of the President related to me some concerns that have been communicated. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I sought the chairman's indulgence if we can stay further consideration as I do the consultation, as I indicated. On Tuesday, we engage the coalition of civil society groups in education. But to respond to my colleague, the Minister for Transport, the Minister for Roads, this bill was referred to a cabinet subcommittee, and subsequent to cabinet subcommittee, it came to cabinet, and cabinet took a decision on it, and there's formal communication on the matter. If we don't assure this authority of any sustainable financing, then you have the same problem you have. Ghanaian students have been sent home all over the world for our inability to service their fees. But I'll defer, as he said, it has fiscal implications. It has fiscal implications. He's right on that. But this bill is a product of cabinet and a product of cabinet subcommittee. It was thoroughly discussed and brought to cabinet alongside. It's the same day cabinet approved the interstate succession bill and one other bill that was driven by the Minister for Interior. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, the meat of the issue will be from clause 25 onwards. I believe the accounts and audit, annual report and other reports. So, Honorable Minister, can we stop at clause 24? We defer 22. Okay. So, Honorable Minister, clause 22 accordingly deferred. Very well, very well. So, we stopped at clause 22. Yeah, we stop at clause 21. And then, for today, we've come to the end of consideration stage of the Ghana Scholarships Authority Bill 2025. Yes, Honorable Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure we have done 5 hours yet. So I want to actually ask if we can adjourn the House to tomorrow, 10 o'clock in the morning. Thank you.
Yes, honorable members, motion move for adjournment.
Tomorrow is Thursday. Friday is 10 o'clock. Fridays we sit early.
There is a motion for adjournment. Any seconder? Yes, Honorable Doyo.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion for adjournment.
Motion move and seconded.
And tomorrow I pray it should be the same.
It is for the consideration of the House. As many as are in favor of the motion moved and seconded, say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The House is accordingly adjourned till Friday, 18th July 2025 at 10 o'clock in the forenoon.